Hello and welcome back, everyone. It's me, Dummy, and my friend, the Fiery End.
Hi.
Hey, you flew. I saw that. But that's okay, because in this episode, I'm going to be flying too.
Good for you. Aren't you
Yes.
just. You go get him, champ.
So, what you.
Yep,
Oh, now what you. See? That's what you get. That's
yep,
what you
yep.
get.
That's entirely my fault.
Yep. So, the last episode, I ended up with messing up a controller for a Void Ore miner. I figured out the problem, and I've built a controller. And off camera, I tested it to make sure that I did know what I was doing finally, and I figured it out. So I now have a Void Ore Miner controller, Tier 1. Let me go over the recipe with you real quick because I've been running it just to see if it was going to do what I wanted it to do. Um, See here, it
No,
was a
he
clear
didn't. He
laser.
ran it because he's a kid and he can't help playing with his toys.
um, Nether quartz was easy enough. Block of gold I had to get, and I did have to go get a block of diamond and a block of ore. That took a little bit, but I've got that stuff. So I built the controller. So I am going to now go put it together, and I'll show you what I got when I ran it for. It was probably been a couple days since we recorded, just because of life stuff. Have made a couple changes to my base. Instead of going up and down, I put in these elevator blocks just to speed things up. So elevator blocks are pretty easy to do. It's wool and an ender pearl. This
And we
here
got lots of ender
we
pearls
do.
now.
What we did is, I believe the last episode, Fiery showed us how to make a mob spawner, and I basically just replicated one over here so that I didn't have to go all the way over towards his base when I needed stuff, and I let it run for 2 days.
Tell the truth.
What? Oh, I blew up your base and then
Yeah.
had to fix it, and then
Yeah, he
decided
he he had a creeper issue and blew off side of my
it,
spawner
creeper issue is not the okay. It was
and
not
spent
a
a couple of
creeper.
hours trying to get it back together.
It was creepers, and it was yeah. So I decided if it's ever going to happen again, it's going to happen at my base. So anyway, I let this run for a while. As you can see, I now have my arrow issue solved, my bone issue solved, my string issue solved, my gunpowder issue solved, my rotten flesh issue solved. Issues that I didn't even know I had. Monster heads, etc. So I can just turn this bad boy on. I have an idea for this though. I'm going to improve it. I'm going to show you doing that if I can get to it this episode. So let's go here for my ore miner. I set one up in this little area here. I marked it there with that glowstone so I know where to turn. The laser miners have to see bedrock. Okay, so I built it at bedrock. And this structure, if we look at the book, tells us space required. It has to be at least 4 blocks high and a 7 by 7. So when you look at this room, if I place the controller there, that is 4 blocks high. This is my flex point that's going to be getting power to my miner, and this is a chest that's going to receive the items from my miner. And we also did put in the chicken chunk loader. I don't know if we discussed it or not. We were having a problem with the Feed Beast Utilities chunk loading. Specifically, it only by default, I believe, wants to keep a chunk loaded while the player's logged in.
It
That
wasn't
didn't
working right.
work for us. We needed just for recording quality and stuff and whatnot to have it run more. So we added that mod in just so we can have that. So how this works to build one of these, I have to have all the blocks in my inventory, and you take the controller, and I'm just gonna shift right click it there. Boom, there's my controller. Now, how do I know what it looks like? Well, that's the cool thing with this assembler. You don't need to know what it looks like. You basically just right click on the controller and it places blocks for you. Hold down and it places a bunch. So I can literally just right click here and it's going to continue to build it. Continuing to right click. How many are left? It should be done. Multi block assembly complete. So you can see that it's running. I have a yellow lens. I did start out originally with a black lens. I'm going to run it for a while with a yellow lens, and then I'm going to change it over to a blue lens. The different colored lenses, black was getting me black based primarily, or a higher chance for black, such as coal. And at the time, I was wanting black quartz. That issue has been solved. We have upgraded the server to 1.5.1 currently. for those of you paying attention. And the Ashley Editions recipe for black quartz is working again with no problem. So, yeah, so I switched over to yellow. Why do I want a yellow lens? Well, you can see here I've ran this for a couple of days. I don't have a lot of power going to this. So it's not running fast, but it's running. You can see here, if I organize it, I've got stuff. I didn't have to go mining for any of this. I don't have to be logged in. I don't have to spend the time gathering these resources. They're here. I've got redstone. I've got lapis. I've got diamonds. Gold. Gold was my downfall. I was having to constantly try to get gold to do some of the builds and stuff that I was planning. Yellow is gold. If I put a yellow lens on, it's going to primarily get me gold, glowstone, and sulfur, I think. So that's getting me this 2.5 stacks of gold. It's gotten me 2.5 stacks of glowstone and a lot more sulfur than I really am ever going to need, but I've got it. And then as well as all this other ore at random. I'm going to switch to a blue lens, which is going to give me diamonds and I believe lapis and I think possibly lead. I can't remember the other one. So I will eventually, once I feel like I've got a good amount of gold loaded up, I'll switch that out. So, yeah. So this is it, and it just gathers the ore. Now, I don't think I'm generating a lot of power right now, so it's not running at very good speeds. But to that end, power. Two other things I want to accomplish now that I've got ore resources gathering for me without me having to do anything. I am rather jealous of Fiery. Are you back with me, Fiery?
I'm here, yeah.
Just nice and quiet. Okay. Which is the way we like it. We wish you could be quiet more often. I'm rather jealous of his flight capabilities. So, must have flight.
That's not always jealous of, but
Yeah, you know.
that's for another day.
So, I have built some things here. What does this get me? Conductive iron. I put this in here to remind me to show y'all how do you make conductive iron. Well, you go to an alloy smelter, you pop in your iron, you pop in your redstone, and it's going to process through, and it's going to make conductive iron. So I needed that. Alright. So then the next recipe we needed here was, why isn't that making capacitors? Shouldn't that be capacitors? Why is it not letting me take capacitors? That is odd.
You gotta be kidding me.
Are you having that same issue I had the other day?
Looks like it.
No, this should be the basic capacitor recipe. Did I do it? Oh, I messed up the recipe. Badly. Who'd have thunk that I would have ever have messed up a recipe? That's just unheard of. I need a lot more gold. Thankfully, I know a guy who has gold. Me, because of my void ore miner. Alright, should that get me? Nope, not enough. Let's keep going. Nope, yep, that'll give me enough. Alright, so now we're going to make capacitors. Boom, and boom. I wanted to get a full 32 capacitors out of it, just because. You can always use more capacitors. That's my thought. We're going to be, as we go through this mod pack, making a lot of capacitors over the lifetime of it. So I feel like making a bulk batch of those is a good thing. Alright, so the next thing we've got here that I needed was a leather strap. We're going to pull that down. Redstone and silicone, I believe, made the redstone alloy. This was a reminder to show you guys how that works. So again, if we come over here and we put redstone in and we put silicone in, it's going to process through and it's going to spit out redstone alloy. Alright, so now I've got all the redstone alloy. What did I need redstone alloy for? Well, if I take the redstone alloy here with some of that conduit binder, it's going to give me redstone conduit. Alright, so cool. Shows me how that. Needed some gears. So there's some gears. Um, what was it that I needed with just redstone? Is combining something else in with redstone. Or
Now, I'm not in the game, so maybe I'm wrong here, but you kept saying redstone alloy, but isn't that energetic alloy?
no, redstone alloy.
Is it redstone alloy?
Yep, you need it for transferring signal. Redstone. I'm sorry, redstone conduit, which is made with redstone alloy. If we look at the basic level jetpack in the conductive, we can see that it's conductive iron, redstone conduit. So that's actually where I'm at. I'm at that point. I'm making thrusters. Cool. So I get to combine all this stuff. Do I have everything I need? Let's see. Make a thruster. Boom, boom. How many thrusters? 2 thrusters. Excellent. Alright, so that's exactly where it was. And now I think I have a conductive iron jetpack. Tier 1 holds 80,000 RF. That's not good enough for me. I want an electrical steel jetpack. I'm going to upgrade it to level 2. So, to upgrade it... Oh, where did I put my pouch? Give me my pouch back. Okay. So we're going to upgrade it. How are we going to upgrade it? Well, we need to make some iron bars. Now we got those. And then we needed... what did we need here? I don't know. Let's look. Wasn't the capacitors electrical steel? Maybe it was machine frames. It was machine frames. Okay. So we needed boom, 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 boom. And what was in the middle of the machine frame? It was capacitors. All right. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. That's going to give me 4 machine chassis. And then energy conduit. Did I address energy conduit? No. Armor plating. I think it's this and this in an alloy smelter. I think that's good. Yeah. So we take the armor plating and the conductive iron, and boom. Yep, there's my armor plating. Excellent. Okay, so let's put all this together. Electrical steel. Did I make electrical steel already? I think I did already. Yeah, I already made some electrical steel. Made a bunch of stuff ahead of time. So electrical steel, just to show the recipe. Pretty straightforward. Iron, coal powder, some kind of crushed coal dust, whichever mod you want to do to make it, and whichever version of silicone comes into the electrical steel. Put that up there into the alloy smelter and it comes all the way through. So got that. That's how that was made. What else was there? Capacitor is easy enough. Jetpack, I got the machine chassis. So all this is pretty much easy. Oh, 2 not redstone conduits, but energy conduits. Yeah. And that's just the tier 1 energy conduit. So that should give me 2 thrusters. Muy bueno. Should be able to put all that together, and that's a level 2. And then if we take the armor plate, how do we attach the armor plate?
Just put them together on a crafting table.
I thought I did that, but it didn't. Oh, it's got to be above it. So you put the jetpack in, and then the plating above it gives me there. Now I do need some power. I am not generating any power whatsoever. I'm gonna need to do something about that. What can I do to make sure that I do a better job with getting wheat from my farm out there? You can see I've now had to go on up to 4 tiers, but it seems like a pain. I'm having to go out and constantly get wheat. Let's do something about that, because I want to be able to fly and be able to charge this like I'm doing right here without having to go get all that wheat and make some toast. There's a way we can do that. And we've got the ability. We got the technology. We can build it.
You ain't funny.
You didn't know?
No.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, that's you.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make some farming stations.
Now, if I had done it,
So we're gonna need some ender chests. I'm going with green for farming. Just kind of telling that to Fiery so that
hmm
he knows why I am using. Basically,
triple,
because we're on a server, we share all of our resources, and it
triple
just kind
green,
of lets it. Yeah, just triple green for farm. That's going to be my farming channel.
cool.
And I think I'm using a personal channel of all blue. So in a farming station, we're going to need some mattocks, and this is a really drawn out process. But I made some paper mattocks and I leveled it like yesterday, and it took me like over an hour to make three unbreakable mattocks. You start with paper, and then you can do a casting plate surrounded by obsidian. You have to upgrade it 5 times. Boom, eventually you have an upgradable. I'll probably show something like that in the future, but for now, just skipping past it. So, needed to make some Z Logic controllers. And this is the recipe for my Z Logic controllers. And a Z Logic controller is made in a machine called a slice and splice. Okay, I'll show you how to make a slice and splice real quick. It's pretty cool. It's pretty much just for making like zombie circuits, I guess would be a way to explain it. Needed some solarium. I used a zombie head, shears, iron axe, pretty basic, and a machine chassis, which you've seen me already make this episode. Get you the slice and splice. So if we take the solarium and we put it in there, and we put it that there, we take a silicone and a redstone and a silicone, it starts to process. It's giving us a progress bar, and it should take those things and spit out a Z Logic controller right here. Boom, Z Logic controller. We're going to basically use zombie brains to control my farmer. Because, just to sit there and pick wheat doesn't really take a lot of brain power. I guess a zombie could do it. Yeah. So this is going to get our second Z Logic controller. Awesome. Oh, they do stack. Good to see. And I probably could have made 2 of them and just showed you making one, but make all 3 of them. And this will give me my third. Mucho bueno. Okay, so we take our zombie controllers, and if we take electrical steel, which I've shown, a diamond toe, which is a pretty basic item, and a pulsating crystal. Pulsating crystal is pulsating iron, which is iron, a piece of iron and an ender pearl ran through an alloy smelter, gives you energetic alloy, I think it is, or pulsating iron. It's a greenish iron, and you surround a diamond with it, and it gets you a pulsating crystal. So 2 of those, if we put one there, boom, farming station. Got 2 more set up. All I gotta do is add my zombie controllers, farming station. And last but not least, farming station. So I now have 3 farming stations. To do this, I'm gonna need some power conduit. I'm gonna need, let's see here. I'm gonna need some flux points. I've got my ender chest set up. I'm gonna need probably 1, 2, 3 energy, and where's some item conduits? I need some item conduits too. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have 3 item conduits. 3. I'm gonna need 3 flux points. Do I have 3 flux points made by any chance? Let's check my ender pouch. Do I have? Not in here. But I can go ahead and put that away. Let's check my golden bag. Did I get some flux points in here, maybe? No. Am I just not seeing them? I thought I had 3 set aside for this. I probably used them somehow doing something. Oh, here they are, flux points. Alright, so there's our flux points. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go set up automated farming. So I'm going to take one of the chests. This is going to be my incoming. So everything out there is going to go into the green, which is going to come here. This should, let me check and make sure it pulls. Yep, it's set to pull. So it's going to basically, this sag mill is going to pull anything that comes into that ender chest and run it through here. I am going to have to filter out some seeds. Do I have the ability of making a filter real quick? Item filter. I may set that up off camera. I'm going to see if I can make one real quick. The basic filter hopper, that's easy enough. Chest. And paper. Do I have any rice? Rice-a-roni. I have... Alright, let's go grab some rice real quick. Or, I know what I can use instead of rice. I can use some sugarcane to make paper, which is why I have this little sugarcane farm set up there. Let's go with that. Oh, I can fly, I forgot. Yay for flight! It's not creative flight. It's not the best flight, but it'll do for a couple episodes maybe. Alright, so let's make some paper. That'll get us enough paper for now. Put a chest there. We need some iron. Do I have any iron in this? Nope, we'll grab some iron from here. And let's make a hopper. There's our hopper. Combine the hopper. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent. Have an item filter. I need a trash can. Trash can's going to be some stone. I think 3 pieces of stone. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of cobble. And another chest. I already have a chest. Let's try. Let's put a chest. Some cobblestone. And 3 regular stone and a trash can. Alright. And I don't need the sugarcane anymore. Let's just throw it in there. Very good. Alright. Automation of farming commence. So to do this, we're going to come out here. Alright, so we're going to take this center block. We're going to break it. Alright, and I did break that on purpose there because I need to replace my farmer. Okay, because the farmer is going to have to be in the very center. So now I can place my farmer there. Alright, so we now have a farmer, but it's not getting any power or anything. It is a machine. It does require power, and it's going to need some things. So we're going to put power conduit and an item conduit. Oop, place that item conduit wrong. Alright, and item conduit. Alright, so now we'll be able to move power in and out, items in and out. So we're going to take an ender chest there, and we will configure extract items, always active, and we're just going to insert. We're going to put a filter, and we're not going to put a filter. How do I want to do this? You know what? I think I want to use 1 extra item. Well, for now. And then we're going to attach a trash can. Oh, priorities. That's how I'll do it. Higher priority, fiery, correct me if I'm wrong. A higher priority on insert gets the item first or last?
High priority goes first.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is put an item filter with a seed on a higher priority. So seeds only will go down this channel, and the seeds will pump into the trash can, because I don't need an overflow of seeds to run this. Alright, so once it gets extra, it'll dump them into the garbage can. All the wheat should go into this ender chest, which should then fill out and put the wheat into there. Last thing we need to do is get it some energy, which will be with the flux point. And then we're going to tell it to go to my what the flux network. It's now turned red. Very good. And it's idle with no power. Why is it not getting power? I believe push and pull. Why is it still not getting power? Receives energy. That should be receiving, and I still had some power in there, didn't I? I could have already run out. Let me go look. Yeah, I'm completely out of power. So, which is the entire purpose between automating this. So I will put another stack. It's now processing. Gaining power slightly. Yep, okay. That should now allow some transmission of power out here. And still no power. Why you no power? Oh, could it be this connection? Now, we'll tell it extract, always active. That should be receiving power now. Still not getting power. What am I doing? What am I doing? I can go shut off the void ore miner. And, that could be diverting where all my power is going temporarily. Until I get
Your
this.
sound is cutting in and out.
That's because I'm kind of mumbling to myself to fix my power issue here. Trying to think it through logically, and thank you for telling me because I didn't really realize I was doing it. Oh yeah, it's filling this up first. So once this is full, I would then expect power to go the other way. Alright, so it should start to get power here in the very near future. So let's go back here. Alright, and then we're going to throw in one more extra piece of toast. From, which chest was it? This chest, just to make sure I have enough feeding it. We'll throw that toast there. That should get this going shortly into here. Yeah, that's what's happening. It's just siphoning it out into the void miner. Alright. That should be filling soon. The void miner is a really cool thing, but it does want power. That's why I'm only running a tier 1. Alright, no hoe, no seeds. So it notices there's no hoe. So let's put a hoe in there, and it's going to instantly start to work. You can see it's now farmed that entire field. It's filling itself with internal seeds as needed. It took the extra wheat and it pushed it into the ender chest. So if we go look over here.
Well, that's interesting.
We look here. We now have rumbling. It took it already. It's now moved it into here. Oh yeah. I now have full automation of power, start to end. So I'm going to set up 2 more farming stations in the exact same manner. I'm going to have to make a couple more filters, and I'm going to leave the 4th tier, or the 4th power, empty. I'm not going to make that plant. I'm going to see if 3's enough to keep me with power permanently. So I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I've now got 1 automated farming station running. I'll set up the other 2 off camera. I've got flight. Showed you guys my little mob grinder. And I've completed my power. Awesome. Now, I will be doing many other pieces of power in the series. This is just one. And this is by no means going to give me all the power I'm going to need for the entire run. So I will definitely be having to get some more power to continue going. Fiery, you got anything else?
No, I'm good for the time being.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up off camera. Put in a couple more farming stations and see what else I can get up to. I think I'm gonna do mob grinder next time. I'm gonna show them my idea to upgrade that mob spawner system grinder thing. So I think you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, actually, I do.
I'm gonna go search for bacon right now.
Yeah, help yourself out there, big boy.
I'm baconing it right now.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yep, yep.